Good evening, friends and family, and thank you for coming to another night with Repair and Restore and Grow Black Communities podcast, Behind Black Business with Gregory Sane. As you know, the reason we formed this organization is because our communities need help. Our communities are not thriving, and when I say our communities, I'm talking about Black communities, and especially those communities here in the Chicago area. And we feel, along with many other people that are out here doing some great work, we have a lot of individuals and other organizations that have gotten busy and are working to help improve our communities. Our focus is on our Black businesses. We feel that if we support our Black businesses then in turn will turn around and help us circulate our dollars in our community. We have a $14 trillion buying power, but that money is already spent. In the Asian community, the dollar circulates 28 days. In the Jewish community, 19 days. In the white community, 17 days. In the Black community, 6 hours. So where are our dollars that we're working so hard for and spending going? They're not coming back to reinvest in our communities. And with Black businesses, we know that they are going to hire Black people. They are going to provide role models for young people in our communities. They can help create generational wealth to pass on to their children and other family members. And this is what we need. And so we're raising dollars to go in and help our communities and help these Black businesses that are situated in our communities. And through our podcasts, we want you to get to know who these Black businesses are and where they are. We do have many Black businesses in our community, but the other problem is we're not supporting them to the level that we should be supporting them. We have Black bookstores, which we are supporting in the Black communities. There used to be over 23 Black bookstores in the Black community, and right now we only have 3, and one in Maywood that we include under our umbrella because AfriWare is so important to the work amongst the bookstores in the Chicago area. Every month we feature a Black bookstore. This month it is Semicolon, that is located at 515 North Halsted Street. And she on our website, she has a list of must reads. And at the end of the month, we have a book giveaway. Now, last month, our book giveaway was Sada Shakur's autobiography. And we had Mamela Teka Teka was the winner. We have not been able to contact this individual. So we have a new winner for that book, and that is Bryce C. Days. So Bryce C. Days, if you're listening, please contact our Gmail at blackbiz.grow@gmail.com, and we will send that book to you as a gift from Repair, Restore, and Grow Black Communities, because we feel that our people need knowledge about our history, about our condition, and how we can better improve our situation. We're also working on public policies in our organization. We feel that our Black bookstores should get a percentage of contracts from our public schools. We believe that gentrification, which is supposed to be about improving a community, should not mean pushing people out. So that is why we are really supporting our Black bookstores. And many of our Black bookstores have a wonderful selection of children's books. So we ask that you do support them. The other industries that we are supporting our food industry. We had Black Oaks Center and the Healthy Food Hub on our podcast, and they have made some major sacrifices because it is very important that we begin to have some understanding that we have to control our food source. And then there's our banking industry. The Southside Community Federal Credit Union, which has been situated in our communities since 2003. And they have been not just taking deposits like many of these other banks are, but they have been supporting people, they have been giving loans, and they have been considerate of people's situations that they have within our community. So we're asking that you go to the Southside Community Federal Credit Union. It's in the mall at 54th and Wentworth, and open up an account and deposit dollars into this institution. Tonight, we have our guests at Peđt Solutions. We call her Robbie because we want to make sure we're pronouncing her name correctly. But she has a pest control service, and they're located at 8243 South Cottage Grove. And this is a young lady, and she has her daughters involved, and her partner is involved, and they are doing a wonderful work there. And so without any further commentary, I want to bring to you Gregory Sane, our host, who has so wonderfully agreed to come on this podcast every Wednesday night to bring this information to you. So Greg, I want you to come on now and business, and I promise you're going to have a very interesting night in getting to know about this wonderful business in our community. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you, Denise. And thank you all for tuning in tonight. Let me first thank the Creator for blessing each and every one of us with another day of life on this planet that we call Earth. I want to thank all of the messengers. I want to thank all of the prophets, all of the fighters, warriors. I want to thank all of our mentors, everybody that have inspired us to have the type of mindset to want to give back in whatever way that is. Gotta thank our ancestors. Always want to invoke the spirit of our ancestors. Whatever we do, we should always remember the tall shoulders that we stand on. There's nothing absolutely new under the sun. So we ain't about reinventing the wheel, but what we are doing on this podcast, RRGBC, repairing, restoring, and growing Black businesses, is about uplifting a community that is not doing what it should be doing to get ourselves out of this deep, impoverished, mentally, spiritually, and psychological condition. So I'm honored to be on and doing this show. I turned down a whole lot of shows, radio, television, podcast, this cast, that one. And I felt that the mission here was right. And I decided to make this sacrifice. And maybe later on down the road, I'll do some other little shows from another perspective. But anyway, I'm glad to have our guests on tonight. We could bring in our guests right tonight. I am so honored to have this amazing young Black woman, a sister that, let me tell you something. It is absolutely, it's sad, but the scarcity of successful Black-owned business, not because of the pandemic, But the virus of self-hatred, the virus of low self-esteem, the virus of disunity, those viruses is probably more deadly, more destructive than any virus on the planet when you don't support your own.
Yeah.
I mean, and then when you see a business, and we have plenty of them, we have plenty. So this sister, and if I get the name wrong, Robiar, and if she gonna correct us, there's some people they call me Robbie. Everybody mess it up. They ain't gonna call you Smith, and she don't know what the name mean. I'm just gonna bust her out, but she got a beautiful name, and I mean R&B Pest Solution, a solution. See, you notice they call it a solution to a problem. That's what we need, solutions. So let me just say thank you so much for agreeing to come on tonight. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Hey, it's the same fight, just a different round. Stick and move, bob and weave. And every now and then, I tell people Muhammad Ali was doing the rope-a-dope. And they was like, get off the rope, champ. Get off the rope. He was like, nope, this is a strategy. I am trying to tire my opponent out. But anyway, pronounce your name correct. So everybody would know when you see this name spelled like this is how you pronounce it. Say it.
So it's Robiar. It's Arabic.
Robiar.
It's Arabic. Yes, Robiar. Yes.
Well, if you got your own business, we're going to say Robiar means wise.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Robiar means the wise one.
Yes, yes.
Robiar. How long have you been in business, Robiar?
We've been in business. We're going on 5 years in August.
5 years in August.
5 years.
And so is it a family-owned business or what?
It is. It's a family-owned business. My dad, he's been exterminating for the past 42 years. And so this is legacy felt for us. So he's the founder and, 40
years, your dad, what was it called? The same name?
Well, here's the thing. He's actually never started a company. He hasn't taken it to the magnitude that it is now. I just remember being a little girl and watching my father go out with a spray tank, and service his customers. And so pest control saved his life. It got him up off the streets and it showed him a way to provide for his family.
Where your dad from?
He's here from Chicago. Yep.
Born and raised in Chicago?
On the east side of Chicago, yes. Oh, west side and then east side, yep.
So what made you want to do a pest control, a pest solution business?
Well, my dad is one that taught me and my sister. I have an older sister. She's 4 years older than me. And he really taught us to be productive member of society. So I think that's what pest control did for him. Again, is it helped him kind of introduce him to a trade that can provide for his family in the right way. So I went off to school and got every degree I could think of because I wanted to climb the corporate ladder and be a CEO and give my skills to the conglomerate organizations. And as I was doing that, and it was working well, a light bulb went off. I was a professor as well at many of the city colleges. I was teaching IT courses and business entrepreneur. And one of the lectures was about business planning and how to write a business plan, executive summary, and scale your business and SWOT analysis. And at that moment, I knew, wow, I know what I'm talking about here. And pest control, it's near and dear to my heart. I've been around it all my life. Why don't I take the skills that I thought that I was going to, acquire and help an organization grow, and I could start my own company? And so I took the test over and over and over again because pest control technicians are licensed through the Illinois Department of Public Health. We are essential workers. So you have to take a test. It's not just running up in someone's house and placing glue traps and bait. You have to know what you're doing. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
We got a little echo. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe they'll work on it. If you would ask me that question, and this is going to be a little, I'm going to get serious with some other questions, but
Okay.
if you would ask me that question, I want you to ask me that same question as though I have the business of pest control and say, so Gregory, what made you want to do pest control? Ask me.
So Gregory, what made you want to do pest control?
I grew up in the projects on 48th and State, and when we would turn the light on, roaches would run from room to room to room to room. Every time we turned the lights on, roaches would just run. My mama would mop the floor, and we didn't even know. And then when I would have company come over, I didn't see no roaches until my company. And then I see a roach climbing on the wall behind her, and then I'm trying my best to communicate telepathically to this roach that please don't do this. Don't do this to me. You ain't been out.
You got the whole script, the whole storyline.
Robiar, I'm telling the roach, you have not been out all day. Normally you wait till the nighttime when we turn the lights out. Now, why are you trying to front me off like this in front of my company?
That's what they do.
That's why I started my pest control. I want to kill every roach in America for that. I lost that girl because of that doggone roach.
Yes.
I lost it. She was like, they got roaches. I was like, y'all don't have no roaches. And our roaches were respectful. Our roaches never embarrassed us. And my mama kept a clean house. It didn't have anything to do with, I mean, it does and it don't. You know better than us. And now we're getting ready to be educated on the population of it.
Yes.
How it's being controlled. And just give us an update on what that looks like here in the city of Chicago with the garbage. I know every city is a little different, every household and different systems, but give us a bit of knowledge on that and how bad is it? And I mean, we want to hear about the success of the business, but it's almost like a funeral home talking about how successful they are. But then when you look at why they're successful, that ain't so good.
Exactly. So here's the thing I think with pest control, because I think it's an underrated trade, first off. It is a $1 billion industry.
Wow.
Pest control, billions of dollars.
I could be a billionaire from them roaches embarrassing me and the Robert Taylor.
I wish I could name some names who I know who are extreme billionaires from pest control, whether it's you're killing your roaches, your rats, your bed bugs, all the way up into agriculture and spraying our foods with pesticides and unnecessary things like that is up under structural pest control. And so those beautiful green and red apples that we see in the grocery store, in my trade, it's important that your safety is our key. So we don't want your things sprayed with things that are harmful to you. We want to use eco-friendly products. We want to use approaches where we're in the residential homes or your commercial. We have CHA accounts, Cook County, the hospital, hotels. Pest control is essential, and every structure is going to have some type of pest. So it's a matter of we decided to be part of the solution and not the problem. And Chicago, due to COVID and many other factors, construction, it is an increase in rodent activity. Bed bugs is on the rise. We have the greatest transportation in the city. So that causes many bed bug cases. And, you know, you have your elderly homes where, you know, the elderly, they get together in community room and go hang out at each other's homes, but they take some of the commonly known pests back to their home, back to their units. So it's one of those things where it's underrepresented, but it is an industry where we're actually saving lives. Those pests carry viruses, they cause asthma. And so it's important that anyone that has a structure, a restaurant, a daycare, you need pest control services on a monthly or quarterly basis.
Proactively.
Proactively, that's the thing. We're like the dentist. People call us when you have a toothache, you call the dentist. That's how people do pest control. I seen a mice. I want them done today. Now, I already know if you've seen one, that's not the only one there.
Oh, boy.
So it's important that, you contact the expert that actually know what they're doing, using safe products in the home, if not at all any, to just get rid of those pests that's going to come in and out, because it's seasonal pests. So that's going to happen. But how do we combat them and get them out the home safely as possible?
Let me tell you another funny story. You just made me think of another one. Robiar.
Yes.
So when I was living over on Drexel.
Okay.
This was my first time ever seeing, in a place, honestly, that I lived, a mice.
Mm-hmm.
And so a grown, strong black man was like, not screaming, don't laugh, because I didn't scream.
Right.
But I was pissed. I was like, oh, hell no.
Mm-hmm.
No, you did not. No, you did not. And so I said, oh, we are at war. I ain't lying, this is loud. We are at war. It was a 24-hour Kmart. I drove from 48th and Drexel all the way, because all the other stores was closed. Walgreens didn't have what I want.
Right.
I went to a 24-hour Kmart way in Homewood.
Wow.
I came back with a whole
kit.
A whole kit. I was like, oh, you dying tonight. Tonight I got every trap, every load, this and that. I was like, give me the whole body of armament. I wanted all of the armament, every last one of them, So I basically understood that you need the experts, because when you say eco-friendly, that's very important for our community to know, because although we want to get rid of something, we invite other type of poisons in our home that can have an adverse effect on us, and that ain't good. But when we talk about rodents and we talk about that, how long did it take you to be trained on this? When you say you have license and etc., and the people that work for you, do they have to go through a certain training and classes to know just the ins and outs of the business? Not the business one, but the products that you use.
Yes. So to piggyback on what you're saying, this is what separates us from many other pest control companies, is that we have a retail component attached to our company. So for example, you and many other people, you see a mice, it's showtime, it's war. And what we decided to do is during our visits, we educate our clients, and they would go to the big box stores and go in there 1 hour and look around trying to figure out what to purchase. So we've opened up a retail store where you can come to the store. A licensed technician will walk you through exactly what to do, and you use the products that we use.
Can we put the store down at the bottom? Where's the store?
8243 South Cottage Grove.
8243?
Yes.
South Cottage Grove.
Yes.
Okay.
Right in the heart of Chatham.
Oh, just drove right past it all the time.
Yes.
My mom lived off 83rd Street.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yes, to answer your question, we have to go through continuing education hours. So if you go to idph.com, one that's interested in pest control, it has training materials, it has the test dates, it has everything you need to get started, the books that you can purchase. And once you get licensed, then you have to keep your license up, continuing education hours that we have to attend in order to keep our license. And a big part of that test is how to apply the pesticides, the rodenticides. Where do you apply them from? We have to learn about the PPE gear, your protection gear, your OSHA certifications. It's a really I keep saying it's underrepresented, because this is a trade where, many people are not, college is not for everyone, but this is something where someone can take a certification. And as long as you're 18 years of age, you can go on this site and get your pest control exam license.
You
And
said billions of dollars, though.
It's $1 billion industry, and it just doesn't have to be rodent or rats again. It can be, if you're interested in protecting our food, it can be all the way to mosquitoes, or it really dissects each sector, and you don't have to just do, one thing. So it's not about roaches and bugs. It can be many other things under structural.
Have you ever been invited to a high school fair or career day and you talk to students about, I mean, it's sad that you first have to talk about how much money, but right, but people need to know how lucrative such a career is and how successful you could be monetarily in it, and it be free and independent, and always have people calling you no matter what. Have you had those conversations? And if a person in high school was interested in this, what would they need to know? I mean, in terms of college, because you mentioned business, but yet you were exposed to this early. But many college or many high schoolers, they're not aware of this because it's just a industry that's not talked about. Sure, in the school.
Yeah.
It could be gross.
Yeah. So that's been my mission, and in many of the media outlets that I do, RB Pest Solutions, we're giving it a facelift, which means we're not your traditional person that shows up to the door looking like a certain type, getting rid of your pest. So that's my goal, is along with providing excellent pest control services and products, is we want to change the face of how this thing looks. And so that's the message that I'm sending out, doing amazing platforms like this to show people you just don't have to look like this. And you don't have to do a traditional, basketball or open up a boutique or something like that. You can actually go into a trade, an essential trade, where it's going to be around 100 years after you're gone, and it was around 100 years before you came. And so that's my mission, is I'm trying to spread the word and reach out to different workforce development people and job fairs to try to get people more involved. We have an incentive program at RB Pest Solutions to get guys, in the store and trained, and showing them pest control is an amazing field and you should get into it. So that's what I've been trying to do. That's been my mission.
I love it. You see on certain residence homes, this house is secured by ADT alarm and stuff. I bet you any amount of money, all of the rodents, all of the rats, y'all got on y'all house in business. This house right here, you don't want to step in here. You ain't gonna make it. They go past it. They be in everybody's house but y'all. They be going, you lost your mind. You looking for death to go inside there. And they gonna kill you with some natural products.
With some natural and effective ways, because sanitation is 85% of pest control, and environmental factors. So you don't have to have dirty housekeeping in order to have pests. Again, pests are seasonal, so they're going to be around. It's just a matter of you not keeping your house a safe haven for them to come and stay. You want them to
and all of that too. I mean, I don't like to kill anything, but I know when they get in people's attics and stuff, let them out. Give them a way out. Do y'all try to give them a way out first?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, we don't harm any animals, especially wildlife. Again, we are licensed. So when we come across wildlife and we're removing raccoons, possums, and squirrels, we are definitely teaming up with the Animal Control Center, contacting them to make sure that we actually give them better ways to be released opposed to killing. We are not killing them.
You do stuff to bait them out first?
Well, it's a number of ways that we can do.
I don't know if there's such a thing as baiting them out, but.
Well, it's a number of ways you can deal with wildlife when you're talking about trapping is the most effective part, luring them into the trap so that they'll go to the food source. And once they're in the trap, we take them to the local center and they take it from there. But we don't try to place any bait or anything around to kill them. We don't want to do anything at all. If anything, we'll have some peppermint spray or some natural sprays that we'll put in the gardens for the termites. It doesn't work in a sense where, here's the thing, you can irritate them as much as you can, and deter them so they don't come into certain spaces. But again, pest has been around since the beginning of time. If you have a hungry wildlife or you have a hungry rodent, they'll get bold enough and do what they need to do. And then we take other preventive measures if it goes that route. But some peppermint oil along with some trapping can be effective with getting rid of rodents and also wildlife.
So peppermint oil or spray?
You can do a peppermint oil. You can take a couple.
Do you guys y'all sell that?
Yes, we do. We sell some really good peppermint oil.
So let me ask you this. And Denise had a question about a bird. I hope the bird ain't still in the house, but she was saying a bird got in the house, and I don't know if she got it out of the house, but how did a bird get in your house? You must have left your window open and didn't have well, they can get in all kind of ways, I guess.
You get in through that vent on the, many people will have like the laundry vent that.
Well, she was screaming in the house, and a nice, friendly bird. That's nature. You should have enjoyed that bird, Denise. We ain't trying to get no bird out your house. Enjoy the bird, the nature of the bird. The bird probably
enjoy the bird.
Yeah, then in the morning, the bird can wake you up. If you really build a relationship with the bird, you got security. No, I'm just kidding. Denise had that question about a bird. But
you just open up the entry door and let them out.
What do I do when I'm sitting out on the patio and I have some artificial, beautiful flowers and some real ones? Can I spray the peppermint, or would that keep the mosquitoes or the bees away? What keeps bees? What you got for that? Because a lot of people need something for that. What natural products can we spray? I don't like spraying stuff on me. I don't.
Well, here's the thing with bees. They are essential to the environment. So we try our best to not really do anything when it comes to spraying bees. If it gets to the point where it's a hive there and we can safely remove it and then contact a bee representative in the area for them to assist us with removing that hive, we'll do that. But under no circumstances do we kill bees at all. Here's the thing with pests. Over time, their life cycle, if you give it a few weeks, and some people don't have patience with that, they will take their natural course and no longer be there. But some of us just don't have patience enough to let bee season go through. And so even if you have a wasp nest, right? Those are things where we can safely remove those things and take it to the appropriate place. But by no means do we try to kill. And so what you can do, again, is natural oils are good. Neem oil, clove oil, rosemary.
I'm running from neem.
Yeah, neem oil does have a smell, but it's effective with flies, though, with the neem oil. It is, even though it stinks, they really, really don't like that.
Flies don't like it?
No, they don't. No.
Well, you put it on the outside. You would put it, I don't want it right there where I'm.
You take a couple of drops and you put it into a spray bottle. And then from there, you can do a light mist over some of your things, like if you have a garden or if you have baseboards in your home. Because some of that, even though it's eco-friendly, is strong. So a little couple drops go a long way, and you can dilute it in water, and then you can spray those areas.
What about spiders?
Spiders are natural exterminators, so they're actually very helpful. Anytime you see a spider, you're seeing, you have centipedes, millipedes, and your silverfish around. So spiders tend to don't bother us. Now, if we get in each other's way, because we can coexist, spiders are in everyone's home. So it's
don't they bite?
If we get in the way and kind of cross each other paths, they might bite, but they're not typically there for us. That's the point. But again, you can take some of that oil, spray your baseboards. And with spiders, if you just take a broom and go throughout your house and get rid of the webs, 90% of your spiders will go away. If you get rid of the webs, you just have to take it high, something where you can get from the housekeeping, and you can just do some cleaning. Your cleaning regimen is important. You want to go in areas and disturb them. So if you have areas in your home that is undisturbed, then that's where the insects get an opportunity to fester. So all those Christmas things that are away in the basement and you don't see them to every December. And those are things that you want to, when you stand in a room, you want to see all four corners of your room. If you can't see all four corners of your room, then you want to go ahead and start working on that, because you're creating a safe haven for those those spiders and millipedes, silverfish, all those things to create and repopulate.
Yeah, I know people, they're afraid of water bugs too.
Yes. So you want to do drain treatments with that. You know, that's something where if you have water bugs, you definitely want to maybe contact your local pest control company so we can do a drain treatment maybe quarterly or twice a year, because that's needed. It's needed in those drains.
You got this stuff down. I mean, golly.
Yes, I
mean,
love this. I love what I do.
mean, I'm serious. I've never heard anyone respond to every bug, insect.
That's my job.
That's amazing, because a lot of folks are very what's the word? They have
a phobia.
A phobia
Mm-hmm.
of certain type of insects.
Yeah.
I mean, they freak out. It's like
Yeah.
over.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're not even coming back into that house until they know.
Until it's gone.
Show me. It's like they gone.
Yeah. We have many customers call and say, "Hey, it's something in my backyard. I'm not picking it up. Just come pick it up." You know.
How's the competition?
How's the competition? Oh, it's out there. It's you know, you have exterminators that have that are, you know, one tank, one guy type of exterminator, and he manages accounts all the way up into, you know, your major corporations that are doing well and have hundreds of technicians in different branches. So the competition is there, but it's all about the work, the workload, the integrity, and really being part of the solution. We're not contract driven. So I don't get a kickoff for coming to your home and put you on a monthly and quarterly. If I come to your home and see that it's just great, but you had an isolated situation, then I'll say, call me when you need me. But we actually show up to get rid of the pest, not to put you on any hidden fees. So I think that's why we're doing so well.
So you don't plant the bugs, and I got to keep calling you every month. You're not going to do like the car dealership and go and mess with something, and then all of a sudden come up and step in the service room.
No, I want you to say, we got rid of the pest. Call them people. They get rid of it. That's what I want you to say.
Okay, good.
That's it.
Now, you know, I love it. You know, I really do, because I have some friends of mine. When I was working, I remember working for Independence Bank. And it's a long story, but I've shared it. I've only just shared this amount of it, that I became the building service manager at that time, 25, 30 years ago, longer, 30 years ago at Independence Bank. And there was a company, Berry and Son.
Oh, yes.
Berry and Son Extermination. Yes. I knew them.
Yeah.
I knew Mr. Berry and those folks. And then I have a friend now. I forgot that he has a exterminator, Brother Walter. I don't know if you know Walter.
No, I'm sorry.
I can't think of the name of I can't think of the name of his company, but this is the most education I've ever gotten from anybody on Pest Solution, not control. Period.
Yes, that's what I try to do. I try to be, when people talk to me about pest control, again, I want to give them a different perspective, and I want you to leave me with tips that you can do at your home so that you can combat those pests. You already know, do some drain treatments. Don't leave any water standing. Put all your food in containers. Don't put your flour up on the
What's a drain treatment?
So what we'll do is those are where your flies, your fruit flies and everything repopulate inside of those pipes by water piping. And also roaches like to be by water piping. So what we do here at RB Pest Solutions, we come to your home and we apply, it's an eco-friendly insecticide that we put in your drain, and we let it sit for a period of time. And then from there, what it does is it pretty much just sanitizes and it cleans the pipes in that drain. So that way, any food that you had there or anything that you didn't get out of because you're washing dishes, but you're not getting in your pipes.
So you said that this fly goes down and start eating that food and becomes super fly. And
then you sitting there watching TV, your favorite, TV show, and then they just come swarming before you know it. You have fly after fly after fly, and they're increasing. And so you're like, where are they coming from? Yeah, so you want to, they love to be by water piping. So, You know, you want to
What's
make
something
sure.
like that cost? What would that, something like that cost what? I mean,
So here's what we do. I'll give you a ballpark, but this is our process. You give us a call, we schedule an inspection.
Okay.
The inspection goes towards your final cost of service. So if I say, hey, a drain treatment is $125 and $50 inspection fee is included in that, then it's $125 for the service, and you get a 30-day monitoring, which means within 30 days, if you have any issues or any concern, we come back out free of charge, no additional charge for 30 days, for those 30 days. So
that's a great deal.
that's how we go about it.
That's a great, you know what, we should be getting all kind of questions and calls, but this is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people just like to be educated, and you've answered a whole bunch of folks' questions.
Well, that's a good thing.
I mean, a whole bunch of folks who are watching this program, you helping them out. I think they just need to know, how do I contact her? Where's she located? So is there a number that people can call?
Yes. So you can call us at 312-217-9605. I'll repeat it, 312.
We're going to put that number up there, but say it again.
312-217-9605. And you can email us at workorders@rbpestsolutions.com. And it's work, and then it's orders@rbpestsolutions.com. Everything is user-friendly. Everything is r.b.pestsolutions, whether it's the website, it's social media. We have products coming out in our stores as well, insecticide, mattress covers, and things like that for sale at the store, starting at $29.99. Mattress covers are essential. You need that in your to protect your highest investment, which is your mattress. You need to have mattress covers on there. So
you have a Facebook. You got a Facebook page.
You have a Facebook, Instagram.
I hope this is live on your page. Is this live on your Facebook right now?
Yes.
Good, because I have it live on mine's, and we have it live on RRGBC. It's live on YouTube. And what I love about what you're doing, I mean, it ain't really for me, honestly. You give your support to a business that you benefit from. I am so proud of you. The knowledge that you have is just insurmountable. And we need to let our community know that we have folks who care.
Yes.
Not just trying to make money, but also they care about our community. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and giving people the right information to educate them. There's a question. I think you see, do you patch holes at entry where bugs are coming in? Like Denise got bugs and birds, and raccoons, and spiders. She's speaking for herself. She got a little situation where we need to open up a.
I love it. Yes, we do. We that's the part of pest control is when an exterminator when they show up, they should be looking at the environmental concerns, what is causing these pests to come in. They need to look at the entry points. We seal all entry points, whether we using steel wool, some type of mesh, or we're using a caulking mechanism. But we do seal holes because that's part of pest control, is keeping them out. And so, yes, to answer your question, we do.
Oh,
that comes with the service. Yes, sir.
How many employees do you have?
Right now, we are at 25 employees.
Really?
And we're looking to hire. So we're looking to hire 5 more guys. So we are hiring. You can send your resume to jobs at rbpestsolutions.com. We're looking for sales reps, account managers, and technicians.
Whoa. You all doing great. 25?
Yes, 25 employees.
Wow. And they all just have different accounts that they service. Is that correct?
Yes. So we have our office staff that takes the calls, the dispatching.
More commercial or residential?
I'm sorry?
More of them, are they more residential or commercials?
Well, all of our technicians are cross-trained. So if they receive an account, they are trained to do a residential account, and then they're trained to do a 200-unit building. They need to be prepared to do both. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed. I am so impressed. And you do have females doing it, right?
Absolutely. I will come and get rid of those bed bugs in a heartbeat. I will get rid of that rodent, that possum. Yes, I am a licensed exterminator. I am a licensed exterminator. So I will show up and get you prepped and get you and do that 3-step bed bug treatment, put those mattress covers on there and have you rocking and rolling.
I know you go. I'm sorry, but I know you go to the gun range. You got way too much.
I have an amazing husband. He takes care of that for me. He makes
Lord,
sure.
I know that's right. Girl, that is so funny.
Yes.
But look, before I ask you this question, I'm gonna ask you this question. Then I want to come back to a question regarding bed bugs because that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Because I think that petrifies people more than anything where you land your head. But are you all at all? I know you have to be, but if you're not, don't worry about it. The Black Chamber of Commerce. Are you familiar?
I'm very familiar. If you go to the Chatham Business Association with Melinda Kelly and to name some other aldermen, everyone is very familiar with Peđt Solutions and how we contribute to the community and how we're hiring in the community. So yes, I'm very familiar with those organizations. I'm very hands-on in my community, and I want to keep it going. We just received the award for the Discover Chatham Business Association. Yes, so we have that contract. We teamed up with Discover to keep jobs in Chatham, and so I wanted to send a message to big box organizations that when you come in our community, use our businesses, and then that way we can continue to hire. Yes, and so it was published in the Chicago Defender and in Crane. It was great news for the past 2 weeks here in Chicago, but it was a message that I was sending that, hey, we're qualified to do the work. Hire us so we can continue to hire in the community. So it's been great.
You almost the first business that have joined this show, came on this show, and actually have a relationship with the Black Chamber of Commerce. But I noticed you said the Chatham Business Association and that conglomerate, of various business and the networking that you do. But see, you bearing gifts, meaning jobs.
Exactly.
And anybody that can create jobs, everyone want to let them in. And I think that is the model.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying that I'm not letting the Black Chamber of Commerce off the hook, because sometimes a lot of people are not aware of them and don't work with them. I'm just good. It's good to hear that you all are doing that, but you're creating jobs. What's the age, I guess, requirement for working in this industry? Then get back to the bed bugs. I don't have any, thank God, but when you
I can give you some tips. I'll give you some tips.
Give Denise some tips. She the one who got birds and squirrels and raccoons and bugs and a water line.
So our youngest technician is 18. Our youngest technician 18. He just graduated from high school.
Kill bugs and stuff.
Listen, he walked into the store and he was like, I need a job. I am the man of my house and I need a job, guys. And I said, you know what? Show up here tomorrow, 8 a.m. And he's been rock and rolling with us ever since. He's an amazing guy. So 18, because you have to have a driver's license and we put you in one of our company vehicles. So, you have to. So yes, so
18.
He's 18.
How long did he had to go through the training, and how many weeks of training is it?
So we do it by case situation, because some guys, again, you can be the most bravest guy and run up on a roach job where it's roaches all over the ceiling and get a little, if you're dealing with bed bugs, that's not something, if you're not used to dealing with it every day. So we train you on our general pass, how to get rid of ants and rodents and things like that.
You say it's the most strong men that you didn't hire. got past the test and you had to go in there and rescue them and they started
Yes.
screaming and said, you know what, I've changed my mind.
I've changed my mind. I've had guys to say they just can't do it. And I understand that bed bugs and carpenter ants, termite jobs, that's not something, everybody is willing to do. So, but it's fun. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's crazy.
But to go to your bed bugs.
But 18-year-old wasn't scared, right?
He wasn't scared because, like he said, I grew up with him. So I kill him at home. So I get a chance to get paid to do it. He said, count me in.
I think that'll probably be me. I'll have a flashback from the Robert Taylor home in the projects and just, be on a vengeance. They be like, hey, this is personal. This is personal. He ain't doing this for the residents. He doing this for himself. It's like, sir.
Yes, and every technician now service all their families. So now you're the expert. So everyone calls all the technicians like, I have a mouse, and they help the family members out because they've learned this new trade to help people. It's really amazing. It's amazing.
Wow, I am absolutely so beyond impressed. Anybody that's listening to this program right now should be trying to get in contact with you because it's so much information. I had no clue. But you got the solutions.
Yes, we do.
I mean, you really have studied well in your trade. I mean, this is a skill set that we should be sharing with our young people in our community. And how do folks, they go on the website, they find out about hiring through, you post it, etc.
Yes, I post things on my site, or all my technicians, we come in, we walk them through the training process, get them trained. You can go to Indiana and go to Purdue University and right here in Hammond and, the local Indiana and open up a pest control company. Like it's just so many great opportunities for you to thrive as a business owner in pest control. So, and it's just so many things to do. Entomology, we have an entomologist on site where you can get a degree and study the life cycle of bed bugs and why they're around. Like, it seems like everybody was like, where did bed bugs come from? Where are these things? But they've been around since bats and the caves. They've been around for a long time. So, and
I bet your husband is running behind you like, you guys, he said, baby, please save us. Save us.
Yes. It's really bed
I love
bugs.
it. You got yourself down packed. And your father, let me tell you something. Your father, I want to say thank you for the great job, Mom too, and other family members, because they poured in you the right spirit. They poured into you the right attitude. And I love your spirit. I love the fact that you're not braggadocious, but you very studied. And I think that's what makes a big difference, is that you know this business.
Yes.
And $1 billion industry is deep, but I would think it is a lot of money. And then it's really not. I know I mentioned competition, but people, bugs and insects, and they're not going away. If anything, it's an increase in them, and a lot of people not aware of it because you don't get going until you see them in your house.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part I want you to close us out with, and that is being proactive. I know people have stuff they need to seal up where you prevent mice from coming in your house, or rats or whatever. What do you recommend for that?
So here's what we recommend. What I recommend for people to do is do what I do when I show up to your home.
If this ain't no charge, I know this is consultation.
Oh no, this is great. Because here's the thing: everyone that listens to me, they go away with the takeaway. So you want to start at your front door, and you want to walk all your baseboards in your home. And anything you see, sometimes, you see that little space from the baseboard to the floor. You want to make sure that you seal all those entry points up, because pests travel through walls. They know your structure better than you. Many of us have pest problems and not aware of it, because again, they know your schedule. If you're gone and moving around,
So
then
you saying they casing us?
Yeah, they absolutely. And that's why during COVID, many people, they was at home, right? And that's when they realized, oh my God, I got a pest issue. But if you're gone from 9 to 6 every day, and then at night, you don't know what's moving around. COVID really, my residential accounts, people were like, I have a problem. And they didn't know because they were at home. So again, during COVID, we had many cases where while we're combating COVID, we also had to keep pest population down because traffic was low, the restaurants was closed, and the mice were out playing. The rats were out playing. Yes, so we had to keep that down along with service residential accounts.
Because people were leaving more trash.
There you go.
And the pickups were not as frequent as they were. And then I guess if we all home and people are more stationed in the house, then there's more opportunity for people to leave, food and etc. On one hand, it worked out this way. On the other hand, it did not. Man, that's again, great knowledge. But you mentioned that. Anything else?
So you want to make sure that you put your food into containers. Don't put them into your flour, your sugar, cereal, things like that. People put it on top of the fridge. Don't do that. Take your food, put them in containers, put a lid on your garbages, put a lid on your containers. If you have a garbage can in your backyard or your back door, move it to the alley. If you see any of your neighbors and they're disposing their garbage and it's hanging out, then those are you're creating an environment where pests are in your alley, they're in your backyard, and the next step is inside your home. As neighbors, we need to get together and make sure we're disposing our garbage properly. All these abandoned buildings, they're laying dormant there, but then they come by your house and try to eat things, and then they go back to those abandoned buildings and vacant lots. So
do cats really distract or scare mice away, rats?
So yes, they do. Cats work to a certain extent, but if you have a heavy population, like I have a 3-unit, for example, you can have the woman on the second floor that has a cat. So she doesn't see the mice as much, but they still have mice activity in that entire building. So we start from the basement and work our way up to the 3rd floor, because they're not skipping the 2nd floor and going to the 3rd floor. They're there, but they just hiding from the cat. So many people will get cats to help out, but it only helps out so far.
Well, we got a couple of minutes left. And I'm telling you, I've enjoyed this. Honestly, I've been busy all day doing other work that I do here in the city of Chicago. But I must say, this interview was so exuberant, and it kept me. Where's I get? You want to give her a minute to close this out, or say something? I know you want to bring Denise, but if you can bring Denise back in and bring the guests back in, so I want to say thank you.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Let me tell you something. This one right here, we playing back. We got some good ones. And this one right here, I mean, just a lot of information. And that's why RRGBC is about making that connection, educating our community, building our own, not so much Black page, because we didn't had that. And we don't, or Yellow pages, Black. We don't do no business with that because we don't even know. We do not do what we need to do, but we're doing it in this organization right here. We are trying to connect the dots. So welcome to be part of the family.
Thank you.
We're gonna bring all the family together. We got folks in every industry. They will, by the grace of God, come on this show and share a wealth of knowledge and wake up our community this way or that way. Tonight, Denise should be able to sleep a little better with she got all kinds of stuff going on, birds and reptiles and stuff. She scared me, but I don't know. She got a little zoology up there. But anyway, thank you, Simon, our great producer for the show. He does a great job. Thank you, Doris Lewis, wherever you are. She not on sabbatical. Doris is probably making $1 billion. Someone can't wait for her to come back and make us rich. But thank you so much for joining us. And I don't know if Denise have a question, and then we'll give you the final word. Denise, you got a question? We'll get a guest the final word.
Okay, I think my last question was about, when people come here from other countries, they bring bugs from other countries in their luggage, and do you have experience with that, with seeing different bugs or, insects than what we normally see here?
So what I carry around with me all the time is a bottle of 91% alcohol when I'm traveling. And when I go in that hotel room and my luggage, we're prone to just leaving your luggage on the floor. You want to make sure you always put your luggage up on the desk. You want to spritz it with 91% alcohol. Remove your sheets from your hotel room. Look around the Sims to make sure you don't see any black spots or bed bugs.
Remove your sheets and lay on the mattress.
No, remove the sheets and look on the sides of the mattress in the hotel room just to make sure you don't see any black fecal spotting. If you do, contact the front desk to let them know they have a bed bug issue and they need to move you to not next door, not upstairs, because it's in tiers, to a whole nother part of the hotel. But that's what you want to do, is carry you some 91% alcohol, spritz it and things like that, so you can always kind of, it acts as a repellent, as a sanitized repellent. So that's what I recommend, when you're moving around and traveling.
I am so proud and happy that we have a business like you in our community, Black-owned business. Because when I saw your advertisement on the expressway, on the billboard, I saw the address and I said, oh, I bet I wonder if that's a Black-owned business. And so when I came in, I was pleasantly surprised. I met you, I met your husband, I met your daughters, who are going to be following in suit. So this is definitely an example of generational wealth that's going on here. You're setting a good example, and that's what we know. When we have Black businesses, they set a good example.
Thank you for that.
You're doing all the things that we say is possible.
All of your daughters?
My daughters are 18, and 20. I have twins and a daughter that's 20. She's at Loyola Medical School, and the other two are in college, and they are still in my house, so it was only right to put them on payroll.
That's right.
Yeah, I have 3 daughters, and they need to be on somebody's payroll because my middle name is Zale Cash Out PayPal. I'm not lying. Please hire those girls. One of them, but 2 of them in Maryland, one of them on their way to college, but they need some more jobs.
Yeah, when you put your kids on payroll, it's tax write-offs for you as a business owner. Right. And so I'm like, payroll. Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Well, peace and love. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I just want to end this with saying that, we miss Doris. Doris is out of town, taking care of some business. But we want to thank all of you for coming. As you see, when we have a business, a Black-owned business in our community, you see what they can do as far as spreading the wealth and circulating the dollar. We're asking you to go to our website at rrgbc.org, where you can rewatch this video of this podcast, and all of our podcasts are archived on our website. You can also go to our website and subscribe, where you will be eligible to win our book giveaway. Again, the winner for June is Brycey Days. So please contact us at rrgbc.org, Brycey, and you will win the copy of Assata Shakur's autobiography. For this month, it is the autobiography of Malcolm X, and we will announce that winner at our next podcast, which is the 28th, next Wednesday. We're asking you to also go to our website and support us by purchasing from our store, our online store. We have t-shirts, we have mugs, we have cups and pants and different things that you can purchase with our logo. And then you can also go to our website and donate. So please support our efforts and come back again next Wednesday at 8 o'clock for another podcast, Behind Black Business with Gregory Sane. Thank you and have a good night.